Yeah, so we can start now. Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you for joining today's community webinar. It's a great to have you all here as we will discuss some crucial topics related to the blockchain security, asset protections, and the evolving landscape of crypto security threats. Let's start with the quick introduction to our team and our guest. So, myself, Omkar Mistry, Head of Technology and Engineering at XDC Network. Joining me is Mr. Anil Chinchawle, Head of Protocol Development at XDC Network, and Mr. Suresh Nadar, who leads the social media for XDC Network. Also joining us today, Mr. Van Q Kim, who heads the global sales and marketing for Decent Hardware Wallet. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Kim. Moving forward with the XDC network presentation. A minute, let me share my screen. Yeah. So Zinfin was founded in the year 2016, registered in Singapore and Dubai. We have launched the XDC network mainnet in the year 2019, and it's alive more than 5 to 6 years now. We are a EVM compatible layer 1 blockchain network powered by the XDC token, which support the entire XDC ecosystem. XDC network is a hybrid blockchain network which combining the public and the private network and making it suitable for the both the sectors. It runs on the delegated proof of stake like a DPoS system, which allowing the fast transactions, low energy use, and the high efficiency. And it will perfect for a trade and finance or any kind of industries. Just on the side note, we have recently upgraded with our network XDC 2.0, which has a military grade security and advanced forensic monitoring for the XDC network. Yeah, so let's see the advantages of the XDC network. So we have achieved over 2000 transactions per second with the 2 to 3 seconds of a block penalty. It also offers a near zero transaction fees. We also offer the KYC enabled masternodes to ensure the compliance with and the regulatory requirements within any country. We have a ready developers tool like Wallet, Explorer, Remix to deploy the smart contracts. Yeah, so these are the wallets which is actually preferred by the XDC community members and the users to store their XDC tokens and the other XDC based tokens in the safe way. So we have a Trezor, we have a Decent Hardware Wallet, we have a Ledger, and in the application wallet, we have a Gorda wallet, we have a free wallet, and many more. So these are the exchanges in which all our XDC ecosystem tokens are getting traded. So you can simply, buy the XDC and the other tokens from these exchanges. So these are the 5 topmost exchanges. Like we have a Bybit, Bitgate, Get.io, KuCoin, and HTX. We also have a Bitfinex and many more. We have been running with the XDC incubation and the acceleration program, which is dedicated to empowering the Web3 startups and the innovators all over the globe. And we also offer the mentorship, funding, and access to the XDC ecosystem. If you have a product and are planning to launch your product using the XDC network, you can apply through any of our cohort programs. So we have a actively, the cohort program running with the foundership, plug and play, launch pool, 1080, and the T Hub. So few of our ecosystem partners, which includes the Storix, Comtech Gold, Lawblocks, Traveler.com, SwiftCode, and the TradeFinex. And there are a few more which actually support to XDC ecosystem growth. Yeah, you can simply follow us on on our Twitter. Our Twitter handle is XDC_network_. We have more than 110K followers. You can also subscribe our YouTube channel, that is Zinfin XDC Network. You can also join our Telegram channel, that is XDC Network Updates. You can just go and just browse our website, that is zinfin.org. Yeah, so coming back to the today's discussion on the asset hack, right? So as you're all aware about the recent hacking, cybersecurity threats in the crypto space have been a major concern. So with the multiple high-profile breaches occurring over the years. So let's take a moment or to analyze some of the biggest exchange hack by its value, which is showing on the screen. So you can see the Bybit 2025, the recent hack which we had, so almost $1.5 billion plus. Uh, the last one, the WazirX, which is the India's exchange, uh, is almost over 234 million. And there are DMM Bitcoin, again, it's in 2024 with the loss of almost $305 million. And there are many more. So basically, these incidents serve as the critical learning points for both individual user and the exchanges. So the primary causes of these breaches often include the private key leak, exchange vulnerability, and the phishing attacks, or maybe a social engineering, or maybe a exploited smart contract flows. The key takeaways here is that the security should be a top priority at both the network level and the individual levels. The storing assets on the centralized exchanges comes with the risk of making self-custody solution like a hardware wallet is a necessity nowadays. And where the hardware wallet like Decent comes in the pictures. So without any further delay, let's hear from Mr. Kim about the hardware wallet and how they can help to secure your assets. Mr. Kim, over to you.
All right. Thank you very much for inviting me, Anil. So I'm very pleased to be part of this XDC Tech webinar. So let me just, share my
Sure,
screen.
sure. Let me just stop my
Okay. Do you see my screen?
yes, Mr. Kim, it's visible.
All right. So once again, thank you for having me. And this is 1Q. I'm the Chief Business Officer at IO Trust, uh, the creator of the Decent Wallet. And I just like to share the probably 8 years of experience in the wallet security as well as the user experience. So before we go further, allow me to give some overview that who we are. So IO Trust, we are based in Korea, and we are the wallet service company for digital asset management and blockchain services. And under IO Trust, there are 2 wallets are currently running. Decent Wallet is mainly for the B2C, which is like an individual crypto investor, and another wallet called as a Whippin as a B2B2C, which means that our customer is going to be the service provider, and their service provider's customer is going to become sort of the Whippin wallet. But since we are talking about the wallet security, especially coming from the few days ago the incident at the Bybit, maybe I will just focus on the decent wallet portion. So IO Trust started our journey in 2017, and we introduced the first hardware wallet with the fingerprint authentication as well as the Bluetooth connection in 2018, and followed by the NFC enabled card type wallet at the same year. And we have gained lots of market attention as well as the credibility from the various marketplace in all over the world. And we just we launched the Web3 wallet, which I explained earlier, called as a Whippin. And we just made a major upgrade in this mobile app, which I'm going to explain to you later. So as you know that, wallet is the entry point of the blockchain-based services, including the asset management. Prior to establishing IOTrust, the IOTrust CEO commercialized the mobile payment through the USIM card and went through the IPO and listed in the Kosdaq market. And based on the hardware reference in supplying the USIM card to major mobile operators in Korea, we launched payment card for the domestic as well as the global market with the Visa and the MasterCard logo. And then we developed a secure operating system called as a TEE, and we were the second company in worldwide to commercialize TEE in various chipset maker like a Samsung, Qualcomm, as well as the NXP. And after we set up IOTrust 2017, that we decided to develop the self-custody blockchain wallet by utilizing what we are confident about, which is security in hardware as well as the software portion. And I am not going to go detail about the all the incidents at the major sort of the digital asset exchange. And of course, the last incident that we saw was the FTX. And I thought, it was the end of sort of the cyber incident or any kind of incident that damaged in the blockchain ecosystem until Bybit incident. So I am not going to go detail about, how that did happen. But the thing is, there are some few key takeaways that, we could look at it. The first one is the open communication and the corrective action were taken right after the incident, because the CEO of the Bybit, made an announcement that there was some hacking issue when he transferred his fund from the cold wallet to the hot wallet. And at the same time, as soon as he made an announcement that, the ecosystem partner like a Zuck XBT share the hacker's address and the protocol provider such as METH, as well as the Tether or the ChangeNow, many players immediately freeze or delay the token transfer. And indeed, that I think 43 million of the cryptocurrency was revert from those activities. And which is a very good thing that, immediate support from the other exchange from like, their partner like a KuCoin, MEXC, OKX, guarantee that, they will provide the liquidity to prevent the bank run, which is a very, very positive sort of the indication. But the thing is, there is one homework that we haven't solved yet is how to protect private key against the hacking, because nowadays that, these hackers technology is moving very fast, and we have to find out the better way to protect sort of those kind of phishing attack or man-in-the-middle attack. And probably, wallet needs to play very key role, such as maybe clear signing that is already mentioned by one of my competitors. And before I go further, that, I will just, briefly touch about the intuitive user experience without compromising any security concern, because I'm pretty sure that you are the big supporter for the XDC network, and using the hardware wallet is not a simple task. However, compared with the existing wallet that already supported the XDC network, and I am frankly speaking that proud to present that this wallet is the easiest wallet to manage all the XDC asset. For example, as a first one is the account creation, because as you can see that there are only 3 clicks that you have to make at the DMM wallet, DMM mobile app to create the XDC without connecting any kind of third-party wallet. And the next, probably another transaction or the type of the transaction is going to be the swap, cross-chain or the interchain. And as you can see that, this is the completely new UI that we just, launched. And as you can see on the bottom of the middle screen, that there is the swap button is already highlighting to encourage them to use this service. So once just, click this swap button and just, choose whatever the coin that you want to change into the XDC network. And as you can see, number 4, that, once you just, enter the how much coin that you want to transfer, and automatically the best rate is going to be displayed under the XDC, and you just have to press the confirmation button. And next one is, you have a very good sort of the ecosystem player, and Decent Wallet can also support the various DApp services and NFT for the XDC, because your Decent Wallet address is going to be automatically recognized once you just, click this Discovery tab in the bottom. And then from the banner that you see in the Android user, you can just, select any kind of DApp services, or you can just, either enter directly about the service URL that you want to connect it. And once you get connected with this site, and you can just, confirm that your XDC wallet address, and you can just, use these services. And of course, that for the better user experience perspective, that, you do not have to enter the same URL every single time that you're trying to visit those DApp service provider, because you can just, register this certain DApp services as a favorite, and that service banner is going to be listed as like a XDCC. And next one is the buying crypto, because until now that, maybe to purchase any kind of crypto needs to go through the central exchange. But the thing is, you can just, buy this XDC network from the Decent Wallet. Of course, that, we are the development roadmap for the off-ramp, which means that, the individual user now do not have to go through the central exchange anymore, because buying crypto as well as the selling crypto can be done at the Decent platform. And now this is the main section, that how to protect your private key. So I'm pretty sure that, you already know that, not your key, not your crypto. This is the most fundamental phrase when it comes with the crypto management. However, you have to understand another aspect, that, do not put all your eggs at the same basket, which means that it is not recommended to put all your assets at the single wallet, and should utilize various wallets based on your portfolio as well as your personal needs. So now, what is a wallet? Because wallet is a service that stores your private key of your digital asset. And there are 2 types of wallet. The first one is the custody wallet, as you can see on the top. And the next one is called as a self-custody or non-custodial wallet. And custody wallet is the sort of the central exchange wallet, like a BitMart, whatever the sort of the central exchange that you are using. But it means that third party, not you, will have an ownership of the private key. Because yes, I have to admit that, this custody wallet at the central exchange is very easy to use, but they do have some limitation for using various step services. And of course, you have to go through the KYC, but like a BitMart or the FTX, what happened if those exchanges go out of business or get hacked? Your business, your asset is going to be disappeared. Matter of time. So to overcome those kind of self-ownership issue, that, there is another wallet category, such as a self-custody or the non-custodial wallet. It means you have a full ownership of private key, but there are some pros and cons compared with the custody wallet, like a complicated onboarding process, because writing down the 24 seed phrase is a bit troublesome. But at the same time, there's a no KYC is required, and there is a unlimitation, or there's ultimate access to the all different debt services. But at the same time, you need to take a full responsibility to manage your private key. And furthermore, under the self-custody or the non-custodial wallet, and there are two types of wallet, called as a software wallet or hard wallet, or the hardware or the cold wallet. The difference is whether this wallet has connection with the internet, which is the route for the hackers to get your private key. And evidently that if your wallet is stored in the PC or the mobile phone, called as a hard wallet, it is more vulnerable compared with the cold wallet. And now the very popular wallet, which is a MetaMask, is the most popular software wallet, and Decent as well as my competitor wallet are considered as a cold wallet where there is no internet connection. And now, probably this is my time for PR. That Decent wallet, biometric wallet is the flagship type, and as of now, that Decent biometric wallet is supporting more than 70 blockchain network, including the XDC. And you can just confirm the transaction by scanning your fingerprint instead of traditionally entering the 4 or 8-digit PIN number. And next wallet is the card type wallet, because this is the NFC enabled hardware wallet, which use the same secure element compared with the biometric wallet. And all you have to do is you just have to tag this NFC card backside of your smartphone to confirm the transaction. And this card type wallet already get rid of all the complicated onboarding process, which means that you do not have any mnemonic or seed phrase to recover your wallet. That's why we are selling this backup card together, because in case the original card get lost, all you have to do is you just have to take a backup card and to confirm the transaction. And next one is the custom card, because this custom card could be utilized in the marketing campaign for corporate or the project, because as you can see that we have a many collaboration with the company or the project as well as the NFT artist. But in terms of a functionality perspective, that they are exactly the same as the card type wallet. And now the self-custody cold wallet, this means that you have a full ownership of private key and save it in offline as encrypted data. And let me just, go one step further, that what is the sort of the private key. So private key is the ownership. And this is the example of the actual private key hash value. There are 64 letters and numbers combination, and it's very hard for you to remember and write down in somewhere, because you might going to worry about, what if I just, missed one character, that means you are not going to have the complete or the correct private key. So that's why the wallet industry made a sort of the protocol or standard that convert those hash value into the human readable word we call as a seed phrase or the mnemonic code. And this private key is going to be a root for generating the public key as well as the various address in different network. So in other words, that once you lose this private key information, or someone has an access for your private key, that means your ownership is gonna be already transferred, or it's gonna be disappear. It's a matter of time. And for you to understand about clear, let me just share some scenario. And the scenario number one is the wallet access. So I'm just taking an example as a decent wallet. So now there are 5 trials for fingerprint scanning. So that means you have a 5 trial to scan your fingerprint correctly. And if that fails, that decent wallet is going to ask you to enter the PIN number, and you have a 10 trial. But unfortunately, that if someone or you forgot your PIN number and entered the incorrect PIN number for the 10 times, that inside of the hardware wallet secure chip or secure element that has your private key information, it will immediately wipe out this information and go back to the factory mode. It means that this hardware wallet is going to be empty. And only way that you can recover your private key is the 24 series phrase that you already wrote down during the initial setup. And then, of course, you have to add the older existing account that you used to have. And the second scenario is a seed phrase leak. And frankly speaking, that this is a very, not popular, but it's very common sort of the issue when we hear from the market, because you do have your own original device with your own fingerprint as well as your own PIN number. But the thing is, if someone or the hacker or unauthorized person has the same private key, that means he can create the clone device and he can register his fingerprint and his own PIN number and connect to the decent mobile app, and your fund is going to be disappear, or not disappear, it's going to be sent without your approval. And probably, you are not going to notice until you connect your wallet with the decent mobile app. So make sure that, you keep this seed phrase in very safe place and don't let others know where you keep it. And next scenario is a malicious or the phishing site. And probably, this is a very similar with the Bybit incident, because if you see any service that guarantee unbelievable return, or you have not heard about this kind of service which was not verified, please make sure that do not connect your hardware wallet to those kind of phishing sites. Because once you connect the service and confirm who is access, it means you are authorizing them to have your private key access. That means your asset is going to be disappear sooner or later. So please remember that your private key is the single piece of information to confirm the ownership. And your private key is going to be stored in the secure element in encrypted data, and is physically impossible to hack, because secure element that we are using has been already proven by the market in the banking, as well as a passport, as well as a telecommunication part. And of course, you could judge that, which authentication method is more secure compared with the traditional PIN number entry or the fingerprint authentication. And these are the few tips that I need to emphasize when you manage your crypto set. Do not save seed phrase in any IT device, not even with a picture. And also, do not share this seed phrase in any circumstances, because we happen to receive, number of inquiry that, there are fake Twitter channel or any kind of channel in the SNS claiming that, they are decent support team, and they ask the user to share the seed phrase information to get technical support. So please do not share seed phrase in any circumstance. And number 3 is do not click any link that you are not sure about. And make sure, double check and verify information when you send any kind of funds from the biometric wallet, because all transaction detail is going to be displayed at the hardware wallet side. And make sure that you are sending your asset to the right address. And also, we do not manage any kind of Telegram channel, because there are, even though that there are many inquiry that, probably you should make this Telegram channel for the better communication. But the thing is, once we just, have those kinds of channel, we believe that, there could be a chance that hacker claims that T is the decent wallet support team and trying to take out your funds. And lastly, that we do not ask the seed phrase information to provide any technical information. So please make sure, once again, that do not share this information at all. And next one is like a more advanced feature. So first one is a secret phrase. What it means is traditionally that decent wallet is supporting the 24 seed phrase, but if you can just add the secret phrase, which is the 25 or 25th word, that completely different address is going to be generated. So in case there could be a scenario that maybe someone just put the neck or the wrench and ask you to give the seed phrase, and you can just share this 24 seed phrase with a small amount of value, but your actual huge value or the majority of the value is stored under the 25th word or the secret phrase. And not like other hardware wallet, that Decent does not mandate to update the firmware to use the wallet. Because when we release the firmware, there is a case that the new network or the new feature is added. So for example, as XDC, that if you are only using the XDC and do not manage any other asset, you do not have to update the firmware. And once you just connect our firmware website, and automatically the Decent wallet is going to verify whether existing firmware and the new firmware is already approved by the manufacturer, by us. And another thing is, there are 2 fingerprint is also supported. So you can just register your spouse fingerprint as well as yours. And please make sure that cover entire fingerprint sensor area with the dry finger. And lastly, that you already know that make sure to buy from the manufacturer directly. And when you receive the hardware wallet, please make sure that security seal as well as the plastic wrapping is not broken, because maybe someone just open it and just put the malware before you set up the wallet, and that's why you have to make sure that those kind of security features that we are currently offering. So that's all. And once again, thank you for the wonderful opportunity to present about the security and wallet and share a few tips for using the Decent wallet. And if you have any question or comments, just please drop us to marketing@iotrust.kr. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kim, for providing a detailed demo and instruction or presentation about Decent wallet. And a shout out to whole team who were supporting us for last few years. And there was outstanding. In fact, me personally, I'm using Decent wallet for last few years, hardware wallet as well as the software one, and it has a excellent feature. So I believe that we can now take the questions from the audience, and I'm sure yeah. So I think there is one question from Jack L, which says, do you support multi-signature authentication for a transaction?
Okay, because yes, that's a very good question, because there are quite a number of wallets that support the multi-signature MPC technology, but we believe that this MPC technology or the authentication method is a more suitable for the corporate or enterprise wallet, because when your finance team managing any kind of cryptocurrency, I would say that the multiple authorization has to be approved, and just signing the transaction by the single person bit quite risky. But when it comes with the individual user who manages the cryptocurrency, I think MPC technology is bit, I would say, too much. Although that there are another way of, I would say, protecting your private key, which calls a Shamir backup. And probably this is one of the technology that we are looking at it. So hopefully that sooner or later that you will see the maybe another new feature that is going to be supported by the Decent wallet.
That is interesting, and glad to hear that. I believe that this would answer Jack's question. Next question we have from Eddie. Yeah, I think Jack have confirmed that In case of device loss, how can we securely recover their wallet?
Okay, so now, I mean, there are some tweets that you could see on our Twitter channel, and one of the customer played with the hardware wallet and he dropped it into the water. And in that case, if that thing happens, all you have to do is you just have to get the new hardware wallet. And once you just turn on the wallet, you will see the menu for the recover wallet. And after you select those menu, all you have to do is just enter 24C phrase that you already have, and your private key is going to be recovered. And of course, if you do not have enough time, because there are quite a number of customers who place an order for the multiple package, so they are just saving this hardware wallet as a backup. So in case that incident happened, that he can immediately recover his private key into the new hardware wallet.
That's good to know. I think it has answered Jack's question. I think
Right. And probably another tip that I could share is
Mhm.
you can even back up or restore your private key in your decent mobile app. So you can just enter the same mnemonic word under condition of the each network you have only single address, that you can just send all your cryptocurrency freely once the wallet recovery is done at the app, decent mobile app.
Nice. I think that's what I was planning to ask you, but I believe that Mr. Kim, you have already given the answer for that query. Eddie has a query about what the security measure to prevent unauthorization access via Bluetooth. So I believe the mobile and the decent device, the hardware wallet, is getting connected via Bluetooth, right? So
Yes.
what are the methods to prevent unauthorized access?
Yes, because I mean, if the normal user like me who doesn't have any technical background, then maybe you might believe or suspect that maybe between the decent hardware wallet and your smartphone that runs at the decent mobile app is sharing the private key information. But the thing is, we call as a man in the middle tech. That's why that once you just confirm or scan your fingerprint and verify that you are the authorized user, the hardware wallet is going to send sort of the data whether this signature is correct or matched or unmatched. So even though the hacker gets the access between these two this communication path between these two devices, all they're going to find out is whether this confirmation is correct or not. So to answer your question, that even though that decent hardware wallet is connected with the Bluetooth, we do not share any kind of information related with the private key, because this private key information is going to be safe at the secure element and will not get exposed. That's why once you just write down 24C phrase at the initial stage, there is no way to retrieve or double check what is the current private key or seed phrase that I already have.
Got it. Got it. I think that's pretty much provide answer to the people who are concerned about the connectivity between Bluetooth. Mr. Kim, I have one query. Personally, I read few years back that one of the top hardware provider, their SDK, the NPM package has a bug. Somehow the hacker got the access of npm.js package repository, and they made some changes to JavaScript. They plugged the code and they tried to retrieve the private key. So I think this is related to the Ledger hardware wallet. So do you have any comments, or and does any data of users from decent wallet hardware wallet get transferred to any of the server? How does it work?
Yes. So although that, I didn't mention in my presentation that, we do have a philosophy in a wallet service, because this wallet is going to be the self-custody wallet. This is our main basic philosophy. So what it means is, we are not going to, I would say, collect any kind of information. Maybe, you might going to challenge us that, what if that if there is any kind of backdoor in your firmware, how can I verify it? So probably, this is one of the things that we are really studying very heavily. And we do understand that, open source is a more open and more better sort of the feature when it comes with the firmware. So this is one of the things that, we are looking at it. But as of now, that based on what we already have, to answer your question that, we do not collect any kind of information except for the order details. And this decent wallet is going to be remain as the self-custody wallet.
That's great to know because I think Eddie had a similar question that which in fact translate as does Decent collect any user data? But I believe that you have already answered the query. Vadim, I think he was waiting for quite some time. He had a query that if malware infects the smartphone connected to Decent, can it compromise the wallet security? So I think it's in such case where one of the mobile device get compromised. So do
Uh,
we have any idea how we can handle that?
Right, because I mean the thing is, you just have to, I would say, separate the mobile app as well as the hardware wallet, because mobile app is just tool to connect with the blockchain network, and it doesn't have any access for your private key that is saved or stored in the hardware wallet. So let's just assume that your mobile phone get compromised, for example, right? But the thing is, even though that hacker has a full access to your smartphone, but that doesn't mean, but he cannot have any access to your private key at the hardware wallet. And this is the one of the feature that all hardware wallet or the self-custody wallet, core wallet player is sticking up. So you do not have to worry about what if that, my mobile phone get compromised, what's going to happen to my private key.
That's great. That's great to hear that. And definitely, as a user, we have to make sure that our devices are, kind of secure. We should not click on any of the link which might take us to certain situation where, this kind of things can happen. I believe that by having a decent hardware wallet or any of the hardware wallet, it definitely add one more additional layer of security compared to having a software or directly MetaMask. So I believe it's a good thing that we are in a partnership since long year, and we would love to hear from you like uh, any new things that you have planned for XDC network or anything that the new feature that you are planning to add.
All right, because I already mentioned that we are looking at it of the open source, and I just saw another question that whether user can set up the certain limit for sending in case something happen, and this is a very good, I would say, sort of the request. So when you just come to our website or our Twitter channel, please share what other features that has to be added at the Decent wallet, and we will definitely reflect it after internal review. And furthermore, then maybe adding the whitelist or the maybe register any kind of favorite address at your hardware wallet. So instead of copy and paste everything, every time that you send the funds to that address, maybe this kind of feature is really good for better user experience, and we are here to listen the market feedback. So please just feedback to us with the Twitter channel or our website.
Got it. Perfect. And one more question I personally have, Mr. Kim, that XDC Network has a subnet solution, and it is getting used by multiple institutional companies and ecosystem partners. So I just wanted to understand that how, let's say, if they wanted to integrate their network, the XDC subnets, into decent ecosystem, can we have a plan how we can address their and provide support to them, because the script which XTC subnet provide, they can spin up the network within next 15 minutes. It won't take more than that time. So just wanted to understand, uh, let's say if we wanted to add a new network in decent, what could be the process?
All right, because our strategy is very straightforward. Because after we launched our hardware wallet in 2018, that we are trying to cover as many network as much as possible. But right now that strategy has been changed, and instead of attacking sort of the horizontal market, we are going to go in vertical approach, which means that XTC is one of our good partner. So if you want us to support any kind of subnet runs on top of the XDC network, just drop us message to our Telegram channel or the Twitter channel, and definitely we will get back to you. Because if those kind of subnet is run on top of XDC network, I don't think the supporting those network does not require huge resources.
Yes, definitely. I totally agree with you, Mr. Kim, because as it's EVM compatible, we can, have a dedicated call how we can quickly add them. So in future, via having a RPC or endpoints Explorer link, we can share it with you. Or else, if there is any GitHub repository where you want, the developers to raise a PR, that is also a good suggestion from one of ecosystem partner. So I think we can take it forward as a feedback, and we can discuss it in detail.
Sure.
Perfect. I think we have a quite productive, session as well as question and answer session. So I believe Mr. Suresh would like to add few points from his side. Handing over to Mr. Suresh.
Thank you everyone for joining this webinar, and thank you, Van, for making this webinar so productive and interactive with our audience. If any questions for Van, or as well as if you have any questions on XDC network in terms of development or any tech questions, the floor is open for you. Please go ahead and ask your questions. Apart from this, we have our Telegram group called XDC Innovation Lab, where you can just join and drop your questions in case if you didn't get any chance to question here. So you can just directly drop your questions in our group, and we would be happy to address your questions. So now the questions are the floor is open for the questions. We have 8 minutes more for this webinar. So yeah, your questions are welcome. Okay, so we have a question from Vadim. Is there a way to use Decent with XDC Pay or other wallet connectors?
As of now, that I need to study more about the XDC Pay. I'm really sorry, because although that XDC is really focusing on the payment as well as the logistic, but definitely I will get back to you, and after I have a discussion with the XDC team. But connecting with the other wallet, because right now the Decent wallet can be also connected with the MetaMask, as well as the Blade wallet, and probably assuming that this free wallet is dedicated for the XDC. Maybe once the SDK implementation is done, maybe free wallet user can also manage their crypto with the decent hardware wallet. So we are open for the collaboration, and SDK is already available, and just let us know or let us connect with the relative team for the integration.
Great, great. Thank you for that, Van. Thank you, Vadim, for your question. I hope your question has been answered. So just stay in touch in the Telegram group. We'll keep you posted once any progress in this. Okay, so is there any other questions? Like, would anyone would like to raise their questions, or we are good to close today's webinar? Okay, great. I think we don't have more questions now. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for your time and informative discussions and insights. We thank everyone joining here and making this webinar a great success. See you soon. We'll keep you posted about the next webinar and the next topic. Um, and do not forget to follow our Twitter handle, LinkedIn, as well as Telegram. Do join our Telegram and let's keep the momentum. Thank you so much. Take care. See you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Kim.
Thank you.